Hey, home theater nerds, welcome to the Bright Side Home Theater Podcast. A home theater podcast, it's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
And there it is. There it is. We're back. We're back.
By popular demand.
Here we go.
Well, some kind of demand anyway.
Yeah, a demand. Well, listen to me. Demand. Easy for me to say. Demand.
There's a plane.
Yeah. Sorry, no Takeover Tuesday today. Things got away from me this weekend and wasn't able to, had something scheduled and lost something, and then things got out of hand. Let's just put it that way. So no Takeover Tuesday this week. I'm gonna try to make it up and do one before next Tuesday, then next Tuesdays, if I can. But let's see if I can even get next Tuesdays done. Can't make promises that I might not be able to keep. I learned that a long time ago.
John and I are on standby. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I've already been down that road. Can't keep doing that. I could. I mean, what the heck? It's just another show, and I mean, whatever. I was gonna do another one by myself, and then I'm like, I can't. I couldn't push myself on that. Mikey Schramm in the chat. There he is. I was actually going to hit him up, and then I was like, things got out of hand last night. I talked to Johnny Speakers. I was going to do something with him, and he's too busy. And he suggested Mikey, and I was like, all right, yeah, maybe. And then last night got out of hand. So, but yeah, so we'll get something done. I'll get something done. And I know there's a ton of people in the chat and listening. They're like, hit me up anytime. I know. It's like when I say things got out of hand, it was me, not me not being able to find people. It's me. So.
I mean, you couldn't get out of the self-driving car. Is that what it was?
Yeah. There you go.
Around in circles.
There you go. You want to go right to that? My first experience? What the heck? Oh, I haven't even shared the present. Here we go. Share screen. There it is. Look at that.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, there it is. I see it. I see it.
So our friend Larissa's daughter, Toria, had a birthday over the weekend. She turned 6. And she loves these cars. She loves the Tesla. Well, for people listening at home on Friday, it's the audio only. This is the Tesla Cybertruck. So we rented one through Turo, which you probably heard here first through the podcast. The first time I ever heard of one was through our friend Brett Bjorkquist. He told me all about Turo, and I've used nothing but Turo to rent vehicles since then. It's awesome.
What is Turo?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. So
I know a lot of people. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't heard about it. The guy that used the Cybertruck to bomb something, he rented through Turo.
Oh, I thought you were going to take a shot at me for not listening to Takeover Tuesday.
No, not at all. No, Turo. It's an app for renting vehicles, and it's like you can rent other people's vehicles. So instead, like anybody can sign up. I'm signed up on it, so I can rent anything, but I could also rent my vehicle out if I wanted to. And these are personal people that do it. And what's really cool about it, and the way Brett sold it to me, is like, and it is a huge part of the features, is that you go, you ask for it, say you're flying in someplace, and I did this in, when did I do? Oh, this is what I rented through when Joe and I went to Chicago.
Oh,
I rented the Toyota. Yeah. So, and they pick you up at the airport, and what they do is they pull up, the car's sitting there at the pickup, you get in it, they have a ride, and you just drive off. And that's it. There's no check-in, there's no other. They just pull up, and if you pick a bright yellow, like Toyota, it's easy to find. You take off, you spend your weekend in it, you come back to the airport, you leave it right there, and they get in it and drive away. And so
they've been waiting that entire weekend. Man,
it's not fun for them at all.
Especially when their car's been driven the wrong way up a one-way street.
Yeah. Your memory is like a steel trap, Steve. Jeez. You got a memory like an elephant, buddy. Like an elephant.
I'll remember that at some point.
Yeah, I know you will. But yeah, so, But you can also you drive and you pick them up and use, rent them like I did with this one. And we show up to pick this one up on Friday morning, so it'd be ready when the kids get off the bus, and that's what we're doing here. And the guy we're renting it from, he's like, what are you renting it for? And I'm like, oh, it's her daughter's 6th birthday. And he's like, oh my God, would she like, and if you look here on the thing, would you, a cyber quad? We're like, what?
What they're called?
I was like, what the heck is a cyber quad? And he opens his garage, and this is in the back, and he's like, no charge or anything. We just threw it in the back, strapped it down, and took it home, and there it is right there. And it's
yeah, I'd rather have the quad.
Yeah, exactly.
The quad's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a battery operated cyber quad, and Victoria was a little too small to ride it by herself because her hand couldn't clench the brake. She'd be like, she couldn't reach out for it. So, but here you can, let's see if I can hit play. You probably.
No, there you go. Cool.
That's her and her daughter.
It's like the Cybertruck had a baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There it is. Look, Mom, no brains.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no hands.
Yeah, exactly. Could you hear that?
No, I can't hear it. No.
I literally had just said in the video, as I just said, look, Ma, no hands. You went, look, Ma, no brains. Yeah, in the video, I'm like, look, Ma, no hands. And you said it, and then the no brains one. But yeah, so in answer to everybody's question, yeah, you get lots of looks in it. You get lots of looks. We got a few videos in it of people like when they videotape everything. So like you walk up to a Cybertruck, you're on tape. You're being recorded automatically. And there were a few people doing selfies in front of it and stuff. And then people just walking around looking at it, which was kind of cool. Yeah, the guy that we rented it from, he gives you access to the app and everything. And it was, so you can see everything, you can see everything. You can watch the videos, you can access the truck, all of that fun stuff. It is super, like John said before the show, it's just a computer with wheels. You're just driving a computer and that's all it is. And we were driving back. It was like an hour away where we rented it from. And we're driving back and I'm in the passenger seat and Larissa's driving. And there's a speaker, like the tweeter right up by the mirror. And all of a sudden a little red light goes on. And Larissa goes, I was like, yeah. And she goes, I think he's recording us. Like the owner. Like she's like, I think he's recording. I'm like, what? So now we're going to be quiet the whole time? Like, what are we hiding? What's the big deal? And then I notice as cars are going by, that's the little red light to tell you there's a blind spot indicator. I'm like, just a blind spot indicator, no big deal. But they're a blast.
When they say he's recording us, which he are we talking about?
The owner.
As in not the creator, hopefully.
No, he probably is too. I mean, it all goes through them, so.
No, fair play. I mean, they're illegal over here. They're not road legal in the UK. You can't own
Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
Probably because they're so wide. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Quite. But also the specs themselves are beyond what I think they're too heavy or something.
They might be. Yeah.
Passenger vehicles. So yeah, they're illegal here. So we won't be seeing them anytime soon.
Let me see.
But, I think we've got someone new in the chat. Thrillcat AV Designs says, make sure you've got a pallet of duct tape in the back of that in case parts start flying off on the highway.
Yeah. So here it is. Here it is in my garage.
Oof.
Look at how tight that is on both sides. Like I couldn't get it in even with the mirrors turned in. And my Tundra will fit in with the mirrors turned in, but this won't. It is that wide. I mean, they're a beast.
Does it self-park?
That is a feature that you can get. My buddy, he has this truck. That's like it's an add-on. It's an app that you have to add on, and it's a monthly fee for that. Like it'll do all of that. This one here, you can do self-driving, but it's called self-driving supervised. So you just sit there and it'll do it. But every now and then it'll say, put your hand on the wheel just so that you're not falling asleep. And we used it. Comes right down to stop signs. Like you put your address in and it'll take you right there. And you come to a stop sign and you just sit there and you're like, okay. And the cars are going by. And then as soon as it's clear, it's like, and it just pulls out and you're like, this is weird. It's like, it really is. It's funny, but and like I said, it's a lot of fun. Impractical if you do a ton of mileage, but they're fun for around town and everything. And
Yeah, nice.
I had fun in it. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're interesting. I don't think I'd ever want one, but I think they're interesting. I mean, what you can't say about them is that they're run of the mill.
No,
and
they have a whole bunch of fun features in them. Like there's like light show, and you get out of it, and all the lights, lights underneath go off, and at night it's like does this whole thing. That's fantastic. Has boombox, it plays music and does a light show. It's all a blast. The hood, the FUD, they call it, the front hood, opens and closes with the lights, all of this stuff. And you're like, after the first day or two with that, it's like, how often are you doing that? It's like, you're like, all right, that was neat. And it was great for the kids. They loved it. You can color inside. It's got all this stuff you could do on the screen and everything, whole bunch of apps. But
I've seen some stuff in the news of people coloring them in with spray paint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can color them all you want. Yeah. Just run. You just got to learn how to run fast.
And conceal your identity, preferably if it's all being filmed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. So, but
not that we're advocating that.
Nope. Not at all.
That's it. Well, there we go.
But how was your weekend, guys?
Yeah, mine was cool. Yeah, I was away over the weekend. Had a couple of days away. Very nice. And visited the Brightside diner, which was kind of cool. So those that were tuned in last year will have known that we went then. So went again this weekend, which was very nice. Didn't send you a video this time because it wasn't pouring with rain.
No.
But yeah, no. So very pleasant, nice few days away. Very good. And now you plug Tesla, right? So now I can plug my side of it. I've been itching to try out the X-Real glasses on a moving thing in a vehicle, not driving it. I hasten to add. So someone else was driving. It was like an hour and 45 minute trip. And what was cool is then being in the back with these things on. And I bought a pair of AirPod 2 Pros as well. So I've got these because these over the top of the arms of the glasses, pressured and not very pleasant. So I got those. And it is awesome. It's really good. I watched this week's Reacher in the back of the car on the way down. And it's just fantastic. It's so good. And then my cousin Vinny on the way back up. There it is. There it is. That's
back to Brightside Roadside Dining.
Oh, yeah. Now, I was going to get in there. They've got merch. In fact, you can just see it in the corner of that picture. They've got merch, including travel mugs. And so I thought, right, I'm going to get one because then what I'll do is it'll be very funny. I'll go, I've got my Brightside mug and I'll just grab that one. However, it just says B on it. So I was like, oh, what a waste of time.
I think you said that last time too.
Yeah, man.
I think you said that last time, and it's like, what kind of endorsement is that though? Like you just give the initial like B.
Yeah. So there we go.
Is it an endorsement of the Jerry Seinfeld movie, or is it
no clue. It's not a B movie. So it was so I didn't bother. But yeah, always good to go and see them. So yeah, pleasant couple of days away, all very nice. And as I say, the from a home theater perspective, these glasses are very cool and they do work very well. And we're going to talk about a movie later that I watched entirely on the glasses, and then subsequently followed it up with a bit of by watching a little bit more when I got back in the cinema room. Yes. So this was a promotion they were doing. Brightside at the movies.
Come on. Who knew? We got to do a lawn location. At some point. When John and I got to get over there, and then we'll go on location.
Yeah.
Like Brightside at the Brightside at the movies.
At the movies.
There you go.
Yeah. I was surprised when I saw that. I was like, oh, I've got to get a picture of that.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, so. And get this, John, they're hiring. So,
oh, sweet.
Brightside, man. I mean, you're laughing. It's a long commute.
I would say it's a bit of a drive.
Oh, my God.
But if ever you were born to do a job.
Yeah. The commute's a B.
Yeah.
The commute, it's a B. But maybe you're flying on Monday and fly home Saturday morning.
Fly home on Saturday.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll be well fed at least.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, between the airfare and your wages, you're only out about $700.
Yeah, see, I'm down every week, but at least I'm working.
I'm well fed.
What is this? Right. How much are you making? Well, I'm out about $2,800 a month, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah. They just pay me in food.
It's
Yeah,
kind of jet lag,
yeah,
but
Yeah. Sleep on the griddle.
So yeah, but it's a really, really cool place. It is fun to go to, and anyone
Yeah.
that's in the UK that's wondering where this is, they're in the south coast. There's one, and this one is in Devon, but there's one in Honiton, and there's another one in Exeter, and they're Brightside diners, and the food, it's supposed to be throwing back to the 70s and the 80s. The diners we had here, they're not like your American diners, but the diners we had here, and the food's amazing. It's really nice. So yeah, it was good. And again, everything's just got Brightside written on it, apart from the bloody travel mugs.
Yeah.
Bit I actually wanted.
Yeah.
one thing you wanted.
Yeah, man. Oh, it would have been cool. And the same with his t-shirts and all that. Again, it just says B on it. Just, what the hell?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's way to save on ink, I guess.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't make it, put it this way, the shelves were full.
Yeah.
Like, no one's buying anything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not buying anything till I get more letters.
Yeah, rearrange them.
Yeah. Hey, before we get to the chat, I wanted to update on our buddy Paul Hurt. I talked to him this week a few times, and after the update last week, everything has gone south. A lot of his positives, well, I shouldn't say a lot. That's underselling it. All of the positives have gone negative. He's not doing well. But if you were to talk to him, you'd be like, is there a problem? Because the guy is just like 100% positivity. It's like, I'm practically I'm getting emotional telling you about it. And that's me talking to him. And he's like, oh, it is what it is. And you're like, what the hell? I don't want to get into everything he's going through, but it's not good. He's stuck in the hospital. Doesn't know when it's going to be over, doesn't know when he's going to get out, never mind when it's going to be better enough that he could even think of getting out. So let's say that, among other things that are going on. So he said he was going to try to tune in to the live show, but yeah, so yeah, I was really disappointed. I mean, we got the news last week, right that day, and he emailed me, and it was really positive and a lot of good stuff. And things have just gotten worse. So like literally gone in the wrong direction. After that,
and you can't send things to UK hospitals. You can't. They won't accept flowers. They won't. You can't do that anymore.
No.
So, but that's a shame.
But you know what you can do is, like, if you want to send him a note, send it to me, and I'll forward it to him. Send it to DJ at Brightside Home Theater, and I'll send it to him because I can't get him that. And that's one thing that he said. And he's like, we were talking. I'm like, hey, thinking about you, buddy, all the time, thinking and praying. And he's like, I could use all the positivity I can get. He's like, this is, he goes, and there's a whole other aspect of it there, but he could use that. So if you guys want to send messages, I'll just forward them right to him. Because I mean, I can get them right through them to text, so they can get it right immediately. So I'll just copy and paste right out of your email or whatever, or however you want to get a hold of me. But yeah, so that'd be great. So,
well, get well soon, Paul, if you are listening, buddy.
Yeah. So,
I think Jen's been on the whiskey though. Dave.
Yeah, sending elucidative energy to Paul. Yeah, Jen.
And she's the English teacher.
Exactly. Oh yeah, you're not living this one down. Oh God, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, so just keep him in your thoughts. And his dog Mika. Yeah. So
he's
home alone, but has a nice new bed. He sent me a picture of that. So so there you go.
No,
yep. All right.
Well,
did you want to go through the chat?
Yeah, can do. Yeah. Just there is. Yeah. All right. We'll.
You're a little.
No. There's a reason for it, Deej. Just. I don't know how to flag it to you, mate. I'll tell you what I can star it. Just have a little look at that when you get a sec. In the meantime, I'll just quickly say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Mikey. Mike Schramm was first in, closely followed by TSG, who was about to watch The Electric State a little bit earlier on. Interesting to see what he thinks of that. I think I might be a bit controversial about that one later. Steve is in. Hey, Steve. Rach is in. Hey, Rach. Vibe Home Media is in. Hi, guys. Captain AC3's in. Scruffy's in. He said, I'm on time. Where's Steve? And I'm so egotistical. I thought he meant me, but actually I think he means Steve at.
Oh yeah.
I thought he meant you as well. So
Me too. Well, yeah, no, I know. I'm just so egotistical. Everything's about me. Dom's in. Bonsoir, Dom. Dom's had some good new releases today. He has had The Penguin and Moana 2. He's not the only one.
Oh.
And of course, I still haven't seen a single second of it, so I can't wait for that. Looking forward to that. I really am. Yeah, so Dom, as I said, Dom's in. Scruffy's in. I said PF Productions is in, bang on time, just as we started. So that's all right. We weren't late. We were waiting for PF Productions, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. No one noticed.
PF Productions have taken over for Hey Fred Productions.
Yeah, it works. It works.
John will get that joke in about 20 minutes.
yeah,
Thrill Cat.
Well, yeah, I might. I'm actually stewing about that. Thing
Yeah. Quite.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah, I'm about to not to let it go. But
No, let it go because it's a response to others in the chat. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. So Thrill Cat's in. Hey, Thrill Cat. I think first time. I think. So yeah. Hi. Jordan's in, of course. Travis is in. Hey, Travis. Yeah, I will skip over that. Jen Briggs is in apparently, but obviously 3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah.
Or
is it gin and tonic day
whilst driving?
Well, yeah.
Typing in the screen on the Tesla.
She resent it. And added an emoji for it. So there you go.
There we go.
Nice one. Well done. Thanks, Jen. Cheers. And Van Gool's in as well. Yeah, as I said, I'm skipping over that. Yeah. So all in, all present and correct.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah.
Good
So
stuff.
just if and when Paul listens, we have a lot of people. Jordan, get well soon. Paul, Rachel, get well soon. Paul, obviously, Jen twice took her to spell it correct. But yeah,
in a minute, there's some sort of bricks just going to get thrown.
I was going to say, way to get her to never listen to another show again.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we gave Steve at crap. We give what is it? Who? You
don't have to sleep with Steve though.
Yeah,
you know. Well,
look, it's very sweet of you.
I mean,
anything for a patron.
But, yeah.
You know how I've said it's
Come
all,
on, John.
it's about me.
Like, oh, John, that doesn't sound like you in college.
Yeah,
it's amazing what John will do for $5.
Certainly don't. You way to upset someone that's closest to you, Deej, physically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be out in a minute.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh,
yeah.
I think John Mensor.
John. That's John Mensor in the chat saying, "Stay positive, Paul." That you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about that at all. It's like, I mean, I'm telling you, this guy. It's ridiculous how positive he is. It's like awesome. It's inspiring, really. And he's asking me about the house. Oh, and he's trying to cheer me up. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm just waiting on some stuff. Blah, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, he great, positive guy. So
good on him.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Did you, Jack Lee's in the chat. Did you get that one already?
Yeah, just saw that. Yeah, he just dropped in. Yeah, saying, hi, boy. Right. Hey, boys, fly out today. Just ready for the crikey, John. Just get ready for,
Yeah, there we go. Do you have any questions this week, Steve?
Oh, I can think of some, I'm sure. Where do babies come from? No, let's not do that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it depends, really. It's like,
the stork. When two people love each other and
yeah, or not.
Well, indeed, yes.
God did invent alcohol.
Yeah. No. Did I need a question? I mean,
no, I'm just kidding. Like the last few weeks, we've been like 6 o'clock when we're done with that question. We're like, here we go. All right, and finally get to the show. I'm like, are we gonna run out of movies this week?
No chance.
No chance. No.
One of these I could talk about for 2 hours on its own.
Really? Is it one we've seen?
Yeah. Well, I know one of us, other than me, has seen it. I don't know if you have, Deej.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think I'm going to be controversial on that one, though. I think I've got a view of it that the rest of the world doesn't share.
I wonder if we're thinking of the same movie.
Yeah, well, it's the one we both seen this week that you put in the you put in the picture as well, and I currently riding at 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
This one,
well, I think.
So you want to do I mean, it's a perfect segue.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you're okay, because that's
yours in here. I don't even see yours in here, Steve.
There, left.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
I mean, it's the only thing I have. So if we start with it, that's fine. But
It's going to be quiet.
Oh,
for the rest.
okay.
done
So
for
we
the rest
won't
of
do
the-
that.
I'm
We
done
won't
for
do
the
that.
rest of
Let's
the
build to
rest
that,
of the day.
because that's
We'll,
on
we'll
show
build. We'll build to the negapositivity, the
Hey, man,
negative and positive. There's a hint.
yeah, there you go. Absolutely like it.
Wow.
Like it. There you go.
Wow. Is it
Shocking.
didn't go off as smooth as it did in rehearsal, but we got it out there. So, all right. You want to open with this then, since we all saw this? Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes. And
Does anybody?
actually-
I mean, I feel like with this. Well, let's get it going here before we.
Mhm.
Nope, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it. Does it come in black? Nope. There we go.
Mm.
Nope, that ain't it. There we go. Ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Who's going to start on this?
All right. Daredevil, Born Again, episode 3. Can we? I mean, can it be like a requirement now that we get like the recap every week by the time we
Previously,
get to it? Because this is one of those shows that as soon as it's aired, I want to see it, and then I can't wait to talk about it. And then when I got time to talk about it, it's been a week, and I'm like, what happened?
Ready for the
Like,
next one. Yeah,
I can't wait until 9 o'clock tonight, and then but no, I actually I did a little bit of a refresher before the show. I had a few seconds, and I literally pulled it up and fast forward, went like the Cliff Notes version, and just watched the scroll at the bottom. Went, got it. All right, let's go. So, overall, what did you guys think? I like. I love where this is going.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. What about you, John?
Yeah, same. No, yeah, same. I mean,
What he
I'm
said.
really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, okay.
Can I just say this? I'm a little surprised, or maybe you just are holding on to it. I want to hear is there going to be any Daredevil in this Daredevil show, or fighting in this Daredevil fighting show?
I mean, I mean, I don't know how spoilery we want to get with it, but I don't expect to see Daredevil again till like episode 8. So,
oh, I know, yeah, because we said that last week because that was season 1 on Netflix. It's like you barely saw the costume until the very end. I don't even think we saw it. Did we season 1, the legit one?
No, not the legit one.
I think so. I don't remember. It's been quite a while since we
saw that. I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really enjoyed this episode, but now bearing in mind that one of the reasons for the reshoots was apparently it was actually the whole season is a legal drama, focusing on particular cases, and that's what it was all about. And people were like, "Is that a good idea?" Again, there's not enough Daredevil in our Daredevil show.
Yeah,
and this kind of showed, I think, what they were going for this episode. I mean, the whole thing's a trial essentially.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. But can I just say, you know how I say I can watch American legal dramas because I can't watch English ones because the mistakes just drive me up the wall. This had one of those in it that caused me to shout at the screen.
Which one?
It's a minor thing, and I don't think I'm spoiling it. If anyone is trying to stay pure and doesn't want to know, skip ahead 4 hours.
Oh, my virgin ears! I'm pure.
No, yeah. So there is a point during this trial where, now bear in mind, I was doing advocacy assessments last week, so I was assessing students anyway. But anyway, so there was a point in the trial where prosecutor says to witness on the stand what happened. Witness on the stand says, and I'm paraphrasing slightly, he threw this person away like it was nothing, right?
Yeah,
and so that's what the witness says. The prosecutor says like it was nothing, and before the witness can respond, our Matt Murdock says objection leading. Now, I can assure you that is not a leading question in any way, shape, or form, because all that prosecutor is doing is repeating what the witness has just said. That is not a leading question.
Right. I actually noticed that one too, but you could still shout it out. You just don't get it sustained. Right,
but it's nonsense.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think why would the writer have him interrupt there? Because it didn't do anything. It didn't go anywhere, and I couldn't for the life of me think what it was. But it certainly wasn't a leading question, and I had to shout at the screen. It really irritated me. I was like, it's not a leading question.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
I liked. Well, what I was going to ask you is like one of the things I liked about it is no matter what he does, Murdoch, that is, it's like he has foundation behind it. And I love that. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if that's real, like law that like maybe it's all BS in the real world, but at least in this world, he's like, cause he does something at the beginning and he asks for certain things from and then at the end, it like, and everybody's, you'd think you'd be like, what is he doing? Cause you can't do that. And it's like, nope, he can. And then and the best part is like you said, it's a legal drama. And it's like, he cites it. And even like, it's a legal drama, but the judge is like, like you want to be mad. You know what I mean? That's going to be hard, even in the real world, when you're a judge and you're so frustrated, you're so mad, and you're like, but that's right. He's not wrong. And that's what I thought was kind of cool, and it's, I mean, yeah, I don't even did we get a fight? I don't remember. And I fast forward. It's all,
There's a little bit of action towards the end.
Yeah, which I will be honest with you, saw coming a mile away. The only part I didn't see that coming in was the very beginning when they tell you like what happened last week. I was like, oh my God. And maybe we could talk spoilers later, but I'm like, that was a one little tiny Saccone moment for me right there. So we could talk about that later.
I did like the last shot though. I thought that last shot was cool. I think it's a misdirect, but I did like the last shot. It was like, ooh.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a big time misdirect because it's everywhere.
It's definitely a misdirect. Yeah.
Misdirect. But it is cool. Cool one. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So very cool. Right.
Yeah.
So I know it's good. I thought this was a really good episode. Really good. And I think who was it? One of you guys that was talking about his knuckles? The fact that he got it was you, wasn't it? Did you mention that?
No, but I did like. It's weird that.
Was that? That's not Fat Man Beyond again, is it? It might be.
Might be. Yeah.
Someone's talking about how
I'm a little behind on that.
Knuckles mean something that what's that all about? And they brought it back in this episode.
Oh, it definitely. There's something.
It's a hint.
Something that's happened that we don't know yet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Like he's without giving everything away, but yeah, Jordan's definitely a misdirect 100%. He's saying in the chat, but it's like it's and because I noticed like you're watching it, and it had not a misdirect. I'm sorry, he's talking about the other one, the misdirect at the end, but I'm talking about the Knuckles. We won't give away who we're talking about because, to be honest with you, there's a couple of shots of Knuckles, but
it's not Sonic.
Yeah, I just don't like it's doing exactly what I think it should. It's like you see it and you go, what does that mean? What are they trying to tell us? What is this? Why? And it's, and I don't want to give away any more of what I thought about, like, I'm like, is that, what I'm thinking right away? But John, you're like a little quiet. It's like, is it need more fighting?
I think he's frozen.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, he's right.
That's going to help him be really quiet. I didn't do it, I swear.
Yeah. Frozen.
He's contemplating. It's let's see if we can. Let's go in. Let's go in tight. Yeah, he's asleep. Look at him.
Pigeon hunter.
Poor guy.
I just noticed that.
It's not easy getting old, double nickels. There it is. 55. Not off. I mean, it's been a while since he's done that, but poor guy.
I've just noticed that he's got Pigeon Hunter under his name.
Oh, and he just dropped out. Now he doesn't like being made fun of. So sensitive.
Want to hunt more pigeons.
He's saying having internet issues. Y'all think? So, John will be back as soon as he can.
After these messages.
After these messages from his internet provider. All right. Any more on that, or do you want to? Do you want to dance around some spoilers some more?
Oh man, yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I can normally absolutely fine with American legal dramas, but that did irritate me hugely. So yeah,
but
normally I'm fine.
But isn't that true though? Like you can still shout it out. Doesn't mean it has to be correct if you want to make a point on that. Yeah, but then the judge is just going to say, overruled. Like nope. Mm-mm.
But that would be like saying that's the lawyer equivalent. He might as well have just shouted fish, or Cybertruck. It's about as
everybody either ducks or grabs a tomato.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's
Shows
the thing. It's just weird. It's not leading. Any lawyer would know that's not a leading question. It's not even close to a leading question.
Right.
So it just irritated me. And I'm not used to that with American ones. I normally can relax and just let it wash over me. But that was just so stupid.
Well, maybe it was to show the incompetence of the prosecutor. Right.
But the prosecutor was in the right.
Hey, there he is.
Hey,
there's
Paul.
Paul.
Hey, buddy. Hey, man.
Have you been listening the whole time, Paul, or are your ears burning? We were talking about you earlier, buddy. Everybody in the chat's thinking. Yeah, scroll back in the chat, buddy, and you'll see. But yeah, glad you made it. What time? Yeah, what time is it over there? 10:55.
10. Yeah, 10.
Yeah, there you go. But yep. Glad you made it, Paul.
Yeah, man. Get well soon, buddy. Get well soon, man. Yeah. There's some laser discs you need to show us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Priorities, Paul. Get well by the next 25-hour show. That's all that matters. Priorities, Paul.
Hell yeah.
It's like, you know me, that's, podcast first, Paul second. That's awful. I hope he's laughing. I know, Paul, he's laughing. So, all right. Which one would you like to hit up next before?
Well, let's go back to the oldest one. This is one we missed from the last week. Not that one. Down a bit. There is a one with a mask.
One with a mask.
One
it's
with a
older,
mask.
Right?
Yeah. It's been there a little while. That's it.
That's
the one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it. Yeah. That's
you.
That's me.
It's so off-centered and weird. It's not like
well, it's an animated menus.
Oh. Well, did it animate across the room so you couldn't center it in your phone?
Well, that was as good as I could get.
I just busted on you. I like that one though. Like it animated across the room. Yeah, that was a good one. I was proud of myself for that joke. All right. Unfortunately, John will never hear it because he never listens back to the show anyways.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. The pigeons have stopped. Have chewed through his telephone wire.
This is one of the few graphics that actually has the title on it. So there we go.
Yeah, sorry, and it's blurry as well. Sorry, guys. All righty.
What they're watching on right now, they have no idea if it's blurry or not.
Well, fair enough. But
it actually looks really good here on my screen.
Oh man, it looks awful on mine. Never mind. Okay, so this, people wondering, is the 2009 remake, reboot, requel, whatever you want to call it, of Friday the 13th. Directed by Marcus Nispel, and this is the 4K Arrow release, isn't it? 4K Arrow release, which has been imported from the US. It's not available here. And I had it shipped over with a few other discs and finally got round to watching it. So now have you seen it, Deej? Have you seen the remake?
No.
2009, this one.
Yeah, I have not.
Okay, all right. So, and I mean, I know you've seen the others, including in 4K, haven't you? 1 and 2. I remember you reviewed them, didn't you?
Big fan.
Now, as someone who is a huge Friday the 13th fan, a Jason Voorhees fan, I was really looking forward to this when it came out, and I'm one of the very few people, I think, on planet Earth that actually rather likes this film. I think this film has got quite a lot going for it. It was lambasted when it came out. Same with the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and that kind of thing. The fans just took against it, and it didn't do very well as a result. And this is one of the reasons, I suspect, plus the legal rights issue, that we haven't had a Friday the 13th film since. And there's not one coming anytime soon either, by the sounds of it, which is a shame. So yeah, it's a lot of fun in doing what it did. It plays fast and loose with the mythology, but I think that's kind of what you need for a movie that, when this came out, of course, there were already 10 Friday the 13th movies ending with Jason X. And so, by the time you get to the 11th movie, which is what this is, it's all kind of, all bets are off. You've got to just do something different. And they do. So I like this film. I think it's good. I've seen it. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to say how many times I think I've seen this. We've got to be talking 14, 15, 16
now
times.
You're embarrassed?
At least. Yeah, well, yes, it is Friday the 13th. So I've seen it many, many times. And this is the first time, though, obviously in 4K. It is in DTS HD Master Audio. It's 5.1. There's no Atmos on this, which is a shame, but it is what it is. So movie still stands up, still lots of fun. If you like this kind of thing, you're not into Friday the 13th, then don't waste your time. This is not going to convert you. But if you do like it, it's worth it. And I think you'd get a kick out of it, Deej. You know, Halloween coming up, you know, only a few short months away. It's worth giving it a watch. So the AV quality. Now, really, the main reason to buy this, and buy this you should if you're a fan, is the video quality, because this is significantly different to the Blu-ray. The killer cut, it's called the Blu-ray. It's been out for ages, and it was always very soft and quite stylistic, and it suffered from black crush, and there were all kinds of issues with it. All of that is fixed on this disc, but so the shadow details are really good. It's very colorful. It all looks good, but the main difference here is in the detail levels. This has been significantly boosted. So there's a shot about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes in. I didn't get a timestamp. I was too busy enjoying it. But there's a shot of a guy on a motorbike riding through a cornfield. And what happens is, so the shot starts low over the cornfield, and there's obviously a road through the middle of it. And the shot rises up as the bike sort of comes under the camera and goes into the distance. And if you look at the corn either side of the road, it is three-dimensionally so detailed. It's fantastic. And that on the Blu-ray is soft as anything. It's a real jump up. So John says in the chat, technical difficulties. There we go.
Difficulties. Yeah, he just texted. He said whole computer is frozen, going to have to restart. So, and he obviously, he just said in the chat, technical difficulties.
We've got to restart. So right, the sights, the sounds,
the scenes. Yeah, there we go.
We're quite far through.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the old days with John, start all over again. So I rented a Tesla truck, and here we go. Let's tell all those jokes again. Okay, back to Friday the 13th.
So yes, so it really does look much better than it's looked before. It's really nice, and again, there's a lot of detail in some of these shots. Jason Voorhees has got a layer in this, which he never really had in any of the others, and when you can see lots of Easter eggs in the stuff in his lair that I didn't notice before. There's a wheelchair, which is from one of the guys who got killed in part 2. And there's other little, bits and pieces, which don't make any sense in the context of the film, but they're Easter eggs that are fun for those that are really into it. Yeah. So it looks good. And this is the first time watching it in Neural X for me. So that was a lot of fun as well. We get the storms and everything else, but also in this, Jason moves like a hunter. He doesn't kind of just shuffle like he did in most of the movies. In this, he a couple of times he runs, but he also will move at speed. So you get the thumping of his footsteps as he's going, which is quite cool as well. So this is a great release of this particular movie. Well worth picking up. And yeah, I recommend this all day long. Again, it's only available in the US. Doesn't look like it's been given a release in the UK anytime soon, which is a shame. Must be a rights issue. But I would recommend those that are fans of this and Friday the 13th generally to import it if you're over this side of the pond, but pick it up if you're over there for sure. Again, if you like this kind of movie, I thought it was really good. So yeah, recommended for sure.
Let me see if it's even, because some Arrow does work with
Kaleidoscape.
Kaleidoscape. So let me see if it goes in order here. Jason to Hell, Freddy Jason, view all. There's so many of them.
Oh yeah.
Friday
I've got them all on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, just the Killer Cut HD.
Yeah, that's the old one. Yeah. So
that's the old one.
Don't anyone go buying that if you can avoid it, because it is soft. It's showing its age, whereas this has been given a nice original camera negative remaster and really does look good. So yeah, recommended for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. What was Shane saying earlier, Deej?
Shane
dropped
is Shane dropped in. Shane was in and he dropped it. He said something about, did Steve bring up Borderline yet?
I don't know what that's referring to.
Yeah, I don't either. What you it's
Shane,
like,
drop in.
I don't know. Are we got in reverse now of like he's seen videos of you doing something else, just like you kind of saw him video doing something else? And it was like, got a little confusing.
I don't know what Borderline is.
Yeah.
Someone says was it something about Madonna song about I'm confused.
Maybe Borderline, the song.
Yeah. Was that in Daredevil?
Oh, did we talk about Madonna at one point? No,
did we?
Not this week.
No.
Yeah. But we do have a couple other things in the chat that I wanted to mention. It's like Fred.
Go for it.
Fred 215 talking about Daredevil, saying they need to release all episodes like Netflix did. And then Travis is like, I'm old. Maybe I'm old, but I prefer the weekly drops. Gives time to digest and discuss and anticipate. More fun. And it's like there's, Fred and Travis having the discussion that John and I had years and years ago when Daredevil dropped. And back then, like Fred said, they dropped all at once. And then, but other providers, DC Universe, I don't know if anybody, John and I both had subscriptions to DC Universe. And I liked it because like Titans would drop once a week and you'd have to go and, and I still remember the music. Oh, so good. But I liked that. I'm like Travis in that, not the widescreen Travis. I'm Travis, like drop once a week Travis. Okay. So, I mean, you got, it's 16.9 or nothing. Right. And so I don't care if you don't even have a roof on your house. But the once a week I liked, I'm like Travis, like gives you time to just gives you, it's that water cooler talk. Right. And when you drop it all at once, that kind of kills the water cooler talk because you're like, oh, I'm not that far yet, or I'm doing it. I don't have that much time. So I haven't watched it yet. And it actually, I think that the idea, like you drop it all at once for some people, especially if it's like in this, like everybody's talking about it. It's a non-starter if you can't do it all. And you're like, I just can't. I can't keep up. So you just don't even try. And then, but something that's once a week, if you want it all at once, wait till the end. You at least have that option, but then everybody's talking about it. Well, how do you think people feel when it drops all at once and you can't keep up? It's the same thing. You just have to, one way or the other, you got to deal with it. Right. So,
see, I've got no fast and I'm fairly fast and loose with my views on it. And they change depending on what series I'm watching. Because I have to say, whilst, I don't mind the weekly episode thing, when we get to the end of this one and that shot, I'm like, God damn it, I want to see the next one.
Exactly. But
I would have quite happily seen that straight away.
Yeah. But that's kind of fun though, right? You got to wait a week, that anticipation. And you're like, and I have a few shows going right now. We'll talk about one everybody knows about, and then another one that, is new. But it's like, now you're like, what? Actually, I have 4 shows going right now. I didn't even add one this week, the other one, but you're like, all right, what day is it? What show is dropping today? Or you go back and you go, it's got to be time yet. No, it's still not Tuesday. Oh, that one's on Tuesday. That's right. Oh, okay. I can watch that one. Oh, crap. It's not Monday yet. That one's on Monday. And it's, it's fun, but it's not fun. It makes you look for other stuff. But if it drops all at once, then it's over.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes I'm happy with that. Sometimes I'm not. I fast and loose with my views on that. Because like I said, I was happy with the first 2 of Daredevil. I was happy to wait for 3, but then again, that last shot was like, I need to see it yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
so there we go.
You get to see it in a few, you see it in the morning and I see it.
Yeah.
I see it in 3 hours, 2 hours and 57 minutes.
Show off.
And it has nothing to do with my Kaleidoscape.
Yeah. Normally it's months early.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Steve at talking to Paul. The start here is always a slow burn. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, buddy. Love you too.
Yeah. So Shane, so I think we've solved the borderline conundrum.
Oh, okay. Shane, get back.
Steve says borderline 2025 Prime Video, and then Shane says Samara Weaving and Ray Nicholson. I'm assuming this is the same one, Shane. I'm assuming that's what this is.
Oh, wow.
Very surprised a horror fan wouldn't know this. No,
okay.
Heard that, right. What's it on, Shane? Is it on Prime? Because if it is on Prime, then I will remedy that for next week. Because Samara Weaving's in it. I'm there.
It's on Kaleidoscape in HD. Samara Weaving, Ray Nicholson, Jimmy Fells, Jimmy Warden, director, $14.99 on Kaleidoscape.
Maybe it's not on Prime then.
Yeah. So what is that though? Actually, if it's a horror movie, horror comedy, hour 35 minutes, 2025. That's weird that a new release is getting only HD.
Yeah, it's not on Prime Video in the UK.
Yeah.
No, it's not on here. If it's new, then the most recent thing is 2024, and that's a TV show. So yeah, let me know what it's on, Shane, if you would, then I can look it up. I'm hoping it's something we've got over here. Otherwise, that's my excuse.
There you go. There you go. That's funny. Something to look into. Shane always bringing the heat.
Oh yeah.
When he wakes up, you know.
What it was going to say, we must have woken him up, but he's obviously not awake enough to come on the show. Oh, Kaleidoscape. Oh man,
Kaleidoscape.
Shane, right.
Yeah, I haven't with everything going on with John. I haven't reached out to him. I'm trying to get. We got too much crap going on. Is it only on Kaleidoscape though? That can't be right.
I'm going to look on Amazon, as in the site itself. Let me see.
Yeah. But yeah, I know it's on. I know Kaleidoscape, but Jordan heard about it. Jordan's like heard about Borderline, but I haven't noticed it get released here in the UK yet.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not here. So, sorry about that, Shane. It sounds good,
and that's why you don't know.
There we go. I knew that. I knew that I didn't know it. It was a known unknown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I knew why you didn't know. You didn't know. It's pretty simple.
I don't know. You don't know. But yeah. So, have you seen it, Shane? Is it worth me tracking down somehow, even if I've got to get it from the US?
Yeah.
Let me know, buddy. Or indeed, if you've done a video on it, post a link, and then I'll look at that later.
Let me see where's John.
Or better still, come on and tell us about it.
Exactly. Actually, we're waiting for him. It's like, let me Shane, if you want, let me see if I can invite. There we go. Boom. Ding. All right, please hold while we wait for John. What's that?
He says, Shane says, you'd like it. Ooh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try and locate that then. I'll have to see if I can find it over here. I mean, Samara Weaving's in it. I'll watch it, man. She's great and knows how to pick a good schlocky movie. She's been in some great movies. So yeah. All right. Brilliant. Thanks for the recommendation, buddy. I will dig that out.
You'd like it.
If I can find it.
Prices are Steve at saying prices already cut on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, it's not even available to rent or
not
buy
over there, right? Not over there.
No, not at all. It's not on Amazon to buy.
John's like, gonna be a few. Don't wait on me. Okie dokie. So, yeah, we'll see.
Right. I can pick another one.
If Shane's available, he will pop in. If he's not near his setup, he won't pop in. So, let's see.
Like the old days, this teach.
What'd you say?
Like the old days, this.
Yeah. Yeah, just the middle old days. Last week we did John and I's old days, the middle old days, and we've got a few days.
The Renaissance.
Yeah,
there was one that you had there a minute ago. Unless you want to do one, have you got one to do?
No, I've got the one that I've got a couple that we've all done.
Cool.
But yeah. So what else did you want to hit? You've got a boatload in here.
I've got enough to keep us going. Yeah. Where's the one that you chose earlier on with Dens?
Yeah. There we go. And I can speak to this one too.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because you reviewed this a while back, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
Do this. Okie dokie. So this is Gladiator II, the sequel. This time it's personal.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago,
wasn't sure if it was just an extravagant version of Training Day.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah,
flamboyant Training Day.
You notice his costume there, though, more than
that's what
you do when the movie's on, because you're too busy watching his performance to really notice his costume.
Oh my God.
Look at the leopard skin that he's got on his right shoulder. That's quite cool.
Oh yeah.
Jesse's a man of the world. He's been around and collected all these things. All right. So yeah, Gladiator 2. So a couple of things on this. Firstly, about 2 weeks ago, I talked about a film called Centurion, which was Neil Marshall trying to do Gladiator. And now we come to Gladiator 2, which is Ridley Scott trying to do Gladiator, which is interesting in and of itself. So a couple of things also about this. So I saw this in theaters a while back, and I reviewed it on the show. I saw it in a theater that had a fairly decent screen, but terrible audio, and everything was very front focused, and I did not enjoy the movie. And I had been set up to not enjoy the movie by one John Thompson of this parish, who, when we spoke on the 25-hour show, burst my bubble big time.
Yeah.
Because he'd seen it and said it's rubbish. And that was like, oh no, because it was coming out the next week, and I was very much looking forward to it. And I love the first Gladiator, as I've mentioned many times in the past. So this was my second viewing of it, and I've been eagerly waiting the 4K disc, no matter how much I didn't like it in theaters, because I thought, well, if nothing else, it's going to look and sound better than when I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
And I was very much right. It really does. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So the film was better second time round. Definitely better, noticeably better. But I still don't love it. It's kind of gone from a 1 out of 5 to probably about a 3 out of 5. I did enjoy it enough to kind of watch it and then, just kind of get on board with it. It is better. There are still massive issues with it. I still think Paul Mescal's been miscast. He is not Russell Crowe. And I think that the story is a bit weird, but it was better. However, it was very much enhanced by the 4K delivery system. Because boy, oh boy, oh boy, does this look, I think, fantastic. Now, it's a Paramount release, and Paramount can be a bit hit and miss sometimes. By the way, whilst we're talking Paramount,
most people are hit and miss. There's only a few we have that are like, we're shocked when it's not good.
Sony,
Apple,
Warner's. Apple, quite indeed. Yeah, that's true. But in terms of discs, I would say Sony, Warner's, those tend to be you're going to get a great experience, come what may. But Paramount is hit and miss. And I also hate the fact, they're listening to this, that they have still not embraced the let it carry on from where it left off. Because Paramount always just goes straight back to the menu screens, and you have to, even if you just stop it, you've then got to go all the way back. So that is very irritating and very old school. Even VHS, once you stopped it, you could just go straight back to it. But not with Paramount discs. Anyway, so it looks phenomenally good. And right from once you get beyond the slightly odd animated credits, it begins with a shot on a grain basket. And every little grain in that basket is distinct and is clear and is razor sharp. And I was like, I thought, okay, we're in good hands here. This is going to look great. And it does. And it frequently looks three-dimensional. The CGI didn't bother me as much on this either, which is interesting because there is some fairly blatant CGI. The alien baboon things, look pretty dreadful in theaters, and it looks actually pretty good on this. So it looks phenomenal. I mean, the colors are incredible. The detail levels are off the chain. And you can forget the story and just look at the costumes. Just let it kind of wash over you. You don't need the story, really.
No.
And again, Denzel's, his costume there in that picture, and indeed the detail on this chair behind him, you can just watch that and just let it kind of just revel in this world that's been created.
Well, that's the fun of these movies, though, when you have such high quality, filming, the costumes, like you said, but then it's moving your eyes all over the screen. Once you see a little bit of detail, you're looking for more detail, and then other detail, and then you're looking at the grains of sand at their feet, and you're looking at the carvings into the swords or anything, or anything and everything. You're like, how many earrings does Denzel Washington normally wear? He's got one in each ear, but how come there's extra holes or something? Anything you're looking for, and there's so much detail in all of this. It really is just so much fun to go through. Somebody once said that if you're looking for all that, you're kind of taken out of the story. But I mean, I don't listen. I don't listen to people like that. As long as I'm having fun, that's all that counts.
Yeah, well, quite well. What is particularly fun about these kinds of films is, so these are movies that are telling an older story, obviously from a long time ago, but because they're new movies, so they're shot with 4K in mind, and very often shot much higher than 4K. And so when you get a visual director like what Ridley Scott is, he then embraces that detail. So if the story does let it down, and I think it does, it is elevated then by the image quality and the visuals and all this detail. And so that was never less than intriguing and interesting. And then we get the audio. Now, I'd heard from some people that the audio was a bit disappointing. Someone, in fact, tweeted me about it, saying, "Oh, I was left wanting. It wasn't as active or as detailed as I wanted it to be." I'm not sure what he saw it on.
Yeah.
I thought this was pretty damn good. I thought this mix was at times excellent.
Yeah.
The bass in this that I didn't get in the theaters, the surround activity that I didn't get in theaters. I thought this was pretty damn good. I mean, I wouldn't put it quite on the level of some of the sequences in the original. I mean, the opening Germania fight in the original is demo worthy from the beginning, because the bass on that is earth shattering. I mean, that just relocates your room. And the tiger fight in the original as well. I love the pans, and if you know it like I know it, when the tigers come across the screen and one of them swipes its paw, and you get this pan right across the room. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's really cool. And there's nothing quite as deep as that in this, but what there is really good. And I can't fault the disc in terms of its presentation. My issues with the story, but it's better when you see it and hear it like this. So yeah, I did enjoy rewatching this, even though not blown away by the movie. It was good. Hey, John Boy,
special guest John joining the show.
Cameo. Did the pigeons chew through the wire?
I wasn't sure I was going to make it back.
Yeah, man.
You missed your sleepy time.
I know.
Bathroom time.
Yeah.
It's so like I said, film's still not great, but better. But the disc is fantastic. And this will, quite happily going to stay in the collection. And I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I will watch it again in the not too distant future. So yeah, really good.
Nice. Let's see.
What did I see? What did someone mentioned something? TSG says again. I looked up Samara on.
That's for the movie we were talking about, the Borderline, that we were talking about before from Shane. So I guess if you look up Samara on Amazon, you'll find Borderline for some reason. Maybe it's a different title or something, but I don't know. But it's $20 to rent it in the UK. I don't know if it's that good, but
that's about $24.
Yeah, it's like Dom is saying, I'm pretty sure this is about obviously Gladiator II. He's saying if the UK version has a French Dolby Atmos track, then it might have the same downplayed English Atmos track. The French Atmos track is much more active, apparently.
Okay.
So I thought the Atmos track was really good. So I'm wondering what the French one was, or if it's, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird that it would be downplayed in English or something, or maybe, I don't know, maybe if the French version for people, French is a priority, maybe it is I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, no, man. Like I said, there was no problem. I didn't have an issue with it because you reviewed it, didn't you? You reviewed it on the show and you were impressed. Home theater presentation as well.
Yeah, I never saw it in the theater. I just saw it at home. I loved the whole thing. It's like I thought that I mean, I came in with very low expectations too. So it's maybe that's why I liked it a little bit more than I would have otherwise. But I liked the story, and the picture is amazing. I thought the sound was very enveloping, and I didn't think it was I had just seen Gladiator a few weeks before, and it's definitely not that, but I thought it was really good. So in all aspects.
John saying, Steve John saying that baboons sucked so bad.
So bad.
Yeah, I saw a review from someone over here that called them, as I said, alien baboons.
It's they do. They're just poorly done. It's like, I don't know if that, but I mean, what other chat can you say that sentence and it makes sense?
But I'll tell you what, you talk about cringing. John says about cringe. When he bites into it, that makes your stomach turn.
Baboons do that. I don't want to know. Gurinder joining us in the chat, saying, off topic, but I am feeling Steve's pain. The amp on one of his PB-13s died over a week ago. I have delayed watching a few movies because I want dual subs for them. So,
man. Look, my sub, the other sub, still hasn't been fixed. It's just
really,
it's a list of loads of other things that I've got trying to sort out because I've got to do something a bit unusual. The installer that they put in the room has been useless, so I've been trying to speak to someone who's been on a Takeover Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
And I just have not got round to it. I just haven't.
But have you reached out, or you haven't reached out yet?
I did reach out, but it was like September, and
so busy. Well, he's very busy. But if you need, I mean,
no. I've got his number, and he's good as it's not his fault. It's mine. I just haven't been back to him.
Okay.
So he was like, we'll have a conversation. Yeah. And then I haven't got back to him.
Awesome.
but I'm going to do it. Yeah, but luckily there've been lots of discs since that still sound great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's the thing.
I'm kind of hoping the other one will go, and then I could just get 2 new ones.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Now, did you guys both see this, or just John?
What is
Just John. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't
I saw
seen
the
it yet?
recommendation. Not yet. I haven't had a
Oh,
chance. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, I saw it because I'm the one that
Yeah. That's why I said if you both. I didn't know if Steve saw it too. So
No, I've seen the
I
trailer.
didn't have it
Trailer
on my.
great.
I mean,
I
didn't
have
have
it.
on my
I
list
just-
of stuff to talk about today, but
yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, yeah, obviously we
Yeah,
can.
we could talk about it. All right. Well, why don't you announce it since you're the one that found it? I didn't even know it was out. I didn't know what it was.
Okay, well, this was Dope Thief on Apple TV Plus. This I think came out Friday this past week. They dropped the first 3 episodes. So yeah, I thought this show was awesome. Like I got halfway through the first episode and I was texting both of you guys. You need to check out Dope Thief because it's great.
It's dope, man.
It's dope. But very gritty, crime.
I even waited for Steve to say that one. I thought
I
for
know.
sure he would have dropped that.
I'm being good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, very gritty crime drama. That, like I said, has started out great. I'm hoping that, I don't know if it's 8 episodes or 10 episodes or whatever it might be, but I'm hoping it continues. But after watching 3 episodes, I have a pretty good feeling about this.
Yeah.
As far as the show itself. And then, it's Apple TV Plus. So I thought the HD presentation on this was top notch. Like I thought it was really, really good. Looks razor sharp, great picture, great Atmos sound for streaming. But yeah, just very impressed overall with this. So
Yeah, let's see what we got here. 8 episodes.
8, okay.
8 episodes. Last one they drops Fridays. Last one airing April 25th. And yeah, what I noticed, the picture quality on this, like we said before,
so good.
Oh, that like they'll go in places inside buildings or inside these dingy places, and the haze, like you feel it just by seeing it, and you're like, at times you'll be watching it and be like, again, like we all do, is that my projector? Is it not powerful enough? What's wrong here? And you're like, oh God, that looks awful. And then they'll go to another scene. It just happened in episode 2 where they jump to another scene where they're talking to some like FBI agents or whatever that are outside. Everything is crisp. Everything. I mean, their suits, the detail, like it's bright light, crisp, dynamic lighting, everything. And then they go back inside something else and you're like, bleh. It's like humid, gross. The air's thick. You can see it. You can feel it. And it's just all of that contrast that you get in the environments just through the picture alone it's like, I wouldn't say, what would you say about the sound? It wasn't, there are some gunfights that are good, but it's not
I
like.
thought it was good for streaming. I thought it was good. I mean, it's not disc quality, and I would love to see this get a physical release. Because there is a lot of, guns and explosions and, car chases, it's your typical, cop drama. So,
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well, I mean,
it's in the title.
In the sense of like what you expect. You expect
Right.
gunshots and explosions and fires and, car chases. I mean, the story's not typical.
No.
By any means.
No.
I mean,
no, it's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like the opening. I like the way it plays out, everything about it. I will say on towards the end, I don't have a timestamp of it, but towards the end when Brian Tyree Henry, his character he's walking up to knock on a door. All right. And listen to the ticks. There's like, it's very faint in the background. It's like, and it goes across the front of your room. Like I felt like it went across the room in a wave. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
and then comes back across. But it's not really like my voice right now, even through the podcast, is louder than what you're hearing. It's a weird ambient sound. I had to replay it a couple times, make sure it was like, is
Not
that
tinnitus,
something wrong
was it?
with my system?
It wasn't a
loose
clock in the
wire?
background.
Yeah, exactly.
Of your
But it was
house.
like, yeah, but it's not like you said, not like a clock tick. It's just a weird like a going, and it just ticks across the room and then back across. And I thought that it was a cool, like, it's just basically setting the tension, you know, because it's a very tense moment that he's coming up to there. So they're playing with sound there. I thought was really good. But other than that, I mean, the gunfights I think are really good. Different guns, different sounds. There is a shotgun, so Steve will be enthused. Nice big boom with that one.
I say, and this is a Ridley Scott production too. Now, I know for sure he directed episode 1. I didn't pay attention to 2 and 3 to see if he directed those as well, but I know for sure he directed at least the first episode.
Yeah.
So
Shane.
Shane's got a bucket of vodka.
Yeah, exactly. So what's funny is, Shane, buddy, you're like, I have a vertical screen for everything, and you were down below on StreamYard. You're down below all the controls. So how long were you sitting there?
he was there for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's been there for quite a while. I thought.
I thought you guys were texting. You saying, "I'll bring you in a minute." Like,
no, not at all. It's like I actually just increased the size of my screen so that I could see him, because I'm just sitting here talking. Like John is.
He was there when I popped in.
So, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In and out since then, and back in.
No, I get a text. And I look at my watch. I'm like, it says look down. I was like, oh, he's here. How you doing, Shane?
Good. Yeah, I got to stream. I got to stream in a little bit, so I figure I'll pop on for a little bit since I'm awake.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Have you seen
nice.
Dope Thief yet?
No, but I want to though. Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty good,
Yeah.
John.
I watched the
I'm
trailer.
so excited.
After John recommended it, I watched the trailer, and the trailer looks great. So I do want to see it, but this is the kind of thing I'm not allowed to see, on my own.
Right.
It's got to be seen, with others.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's like I've got to kind of then.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen.
Clue.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and this is definitely one, that you don't have to watch alone. It's not not horror or gross or
I don't know. There's some graphic stuff in episode 2.
there's some violence and some
There's some after violence graphics too.
Yeah, there are, but
There's some pretty graphic scenes that I was like, if I thought Steve had seen it, and I'm like, this is right up Steve's alley. Some torture scenes that after the fact that were really well done.
yeah.
If you're into some graphic violence.
I've dealt with a client this week who was arrested for torturing someone.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And so look. But anyway,
I'm sure there's some listeners of the show, their wives or significant others, be like, can we get them on that? Torturing them weekly, bi-weekly?
So, Jane, Borderline, tell all.
I'm surprised you haven't heard about it. I thought you're a Samara Weaving fan. Basically, she's a pop star who's got a stalker. The stalker is Ray Nicholson. Ray Nicholson is Jack Nicholson's son.
Oh, he's in Smile 2.
Also in Smile 2. Yeah. He's almost kind of cuckoo, as if he escaped the cuckoo's nest and is stalking Samara Weaving, and basically he just wants to marry her. And then everything from the beginning to the end, madness and comedy ensues in the beginning. In the middle.
Oh, okay. Is it horror then, or is it more sort of thriller comedy?
It's like a dark. It's like a dark thriller horror. Well, I guess what is horror? Does it have to have monsters to be horror? Does it have demons?
No. Lots of different genres in horror. Lots of different genres.
Okay, so head bashing and stuff like that. Okay, it would be like a dark horror. Comedy horror.
Is it a bit like sort of Swimming with Sharks? Is it a kind of a two kind of thing? One person's kind of, been restrained and the other's kind of trying to talk about it, or is it like that? So is it a sort of two people kind of movie, or is it more to it than that?
No, it's got like Eric. I think it's got Eric Dane, who I think is a TV actor. He's in it. plays her security guard. There's a Dennis Rodman type of character who's the love interest to Samara Weaving. And there's a mother and a daughter in it as well.
Well, I just looked it up on IMDb, and it looks like it only came out like this week. Is it just dropped straight to video?
I saw the trailer at the theaters, and I saw it just dropped on Kaleidoscape like a week later.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look it up. I will try and locate it and give it. Yeah. Me, like I said, me neither. And I like to think I know what's coming out with Samara Weaving in it, because she's done some great stuff. I mean, everything she's in, she's pretty much good in all of it. So, yeah, that's one I will definitely need to see.
Yeah, Ryan Nicholson's got a future. He's a good actor.
Oh yeah,
how's the video quality? I'm surprised it's only in HD for something.
Yeah, it's only
everything
HD.
comes out in 4K.
Yeah, only in HD. I figured it would just be it's only like 90 minutes, so it's a quick kind of. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it was worth it for sure. It was funny. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, and only what was it? $15, $15, $14.99.
$15, yeah. Kind of like like Companion is a comedy horror-esque type of thing. Same type of movie.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. Actually, that's one I do want to see. That looks really good. That's with what's her face in it? Sophie Thatcher.
Sophie Thatcher.
Who was in, of course, Heretic, which we were talking about last week. Have you seen that, Shane? By the way.
Yeah, I did see that. I liked it. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, we were talking about kind of the there's a setup and a payoff, and kind of talking about how the setup was better than the payoff. The payoff kind of goes at a bit of a strange kind of place, but all the kind of the setup to it is awesome. And Hugh Grant, not Jackman, is. I said Hugh Grant, and Deej just kept thinking Hugh Jackman.
I kept looking for him in the. I'm like, where is he? I don't see him in the credits. He's not. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And then it's just hit. I'm like, I got hit in the head once too many times, literally. So
good atmos in that too, surprisingly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With the constant just storm going on the outside of the kind of the house moving. Yeah. No, it's really good. So so she's in Companion, I think. She's the companion, isn't she? Companion?
Yeah. I feel like the trailer ruined it because I wasn't sure what it was about. At least I think the second trailer said she was I don't want to say what it is, but
yeah. I think that's the one I saw the trailer to. Yeah, that's the one I saw, which tells you what she is and what she isn't. Yeah, man.
So here,
go on, sorry,
No, I was going to say, in my defense, this is what I see. That's why I didn't see it. See how you're on the screen here, but like your square is down underneath here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's why I didn't see. But and then when you said look down, I can open up the screen a little bit, and there you are. So there you go.
I thought you were texting him saying, "I'm going to bring you in a minute." Just
I wouldn't wait.
Otherwise, I would have just
what do you think we're professional, and I'm going to give him this big and now joining the show for the umpteenth time. Here we go. It's like I wouldn't even do that voice first before he joins, for God's sakes. It still sound like this.
I mean, I would have brought Shane in if I'd known. I just thought you guys would have had some sort of reveal.
You guys, that's the other Shane. Blame them. They have control. They could have dropped you in.
I thought you were the host.
Well, I thought there was a reason.
I'm an idiot.
Okay, well,
I didn't like to say.
Yeah. Oh, this week. This is the week you take off.
We just talked Gladiator II, by the way, Shane. You probably heard a bit of that. You reviewed that, didn't you? I heard your review on that. Are
you sure you did, Steve? Are you sure of that?
Did you want me to cross stream this for a few minutes on my channel? Get some more viewers? Maybe get some subscribers?
Yeah, man. We don't mind crossing the streams.
It's tough across the pond, but okay.
What do you want me to name this? Brightside.
Greatest podcast ever. I mean, that's fine.
Brightest. Yeah.
Brightside.
The sights, the sounds, the seeds.
Hanging with Brightside.
Yeah. There you go.
Let's see these numbers shoot up.
Yeah. Or down.
Is that one word or two?
Brightside is I don't know. How did I do it?
Brightside. Yeah.
I don't know. It's usually in the logo. Brightside. You guys want to do this one next, since there's a lot of talk about
Shane
it.
might have seen this one as well. Yeah, this is probably show title, I would have thought. Have you seen it as well, Deej?
No, I haven't seen this one yet. I haven't.
Okay.
All right, let's go to it. Let's see. I don't even know if Shane can see it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All right, The Electric State.
Yeah. So have you seen it, Shane?
Yes, I have. I woke
there we go.
Yeah, right. That's it. Dean, take the rest of the night off. John, Shane, and I will take it from here.
I'll just run the board. That's which I can't even do that right. So what the heck? Hopefully nobody else drops in under Shane because I can't see them either. So screwed.
So I'll introduce it, and then John, you could because I'm dying to know what you guys think of it because I think I'm the only one that's got my own personal view of this.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Okay, so this is The Electric State. This is on
got a paintball
Netflix.
gun.
Dropped on Friday. It is dropped on Friday. I think worldwide. I'm pretty sure it was. And it was their big release. This movie cost $320 million. It's
really?
The Russo brothers directed it under their Agbo label. And this is Netflix's most expensive movie. I think it is.
Really?
And it needs to do well. And currently sitting at 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, eek. Yeah. So anyway,
yeah, but isn't that misleading? Because like billions of people could have seen it and just rated it poorly, so they might have got their money, just nobody liked it.
Yeah, well, quite
right?
well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because honestly, they don't get paid on the ratings. They just need
they get paid on if you watch it. You don't have to like it; you just have to click on it.
Right. Yeah. So, John, what did you make of it? And then Shane, you can tell me what you think, and then I'll chirp in at the end because, like I said, I think I'm.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the internet seems to be tripping all over themselves to hate on this, to see who could hate on this movie more. I'm not going to go so far as to say I loved this movie, but I really liked this movie. Lydia and I watched this on Saturday, and we both came away from this just really enjoying it. Like it is super fun. I had a great time with it. I love the characters. I loved all the animatronic characters, and some of them are throwbacks to brands that you would know, and then a lot of them seem like they were just made up for this film. But yeah, I had a great time with this. I will definitely watch this again. I thought everybody in it was great. Millie Bobby Brown was great. Chris Pratt was great. There's a million cameos in this. Stanley Tucci plays the main bad guy though, and I thought he also did a great job. So that's my take. I liked it.
What about you, Shane? What did you make of it?
Yeah, so I saw the little sizzle reel that Netflix dropped, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then come to find out, this was based on like a graphic novel, kind of a dark-ish graphic novel, which I didn't read. But I've been looking forward to it, and I stayed up till like 3 a.m. waiting for it. And of course, I watched a couple of reviews. You should never do that because people kind of poo-pooed on it. So I was expecting it to be really kind of mid-level, and I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but I did really like it. The visuals are great. Some of the best CG I've seen in quite some time.
Oh yeah.
I would say near like Chappie level CG, maybe like District 9. Sometimes you couldn't tell if are they using actual robots for this scene or are they using actual is it CG? I don't know. The characters, I liked all the characters. Well, I thought the relationship with the sister and the brother were a little weird.
Like, I mean, tactile, isn't it?
It's like, listen, I've got brothers and sisters. I've never been like, let's cuddle on the couch and talk about future together. That's a little bit weird. Not in a sexual way, but it's kind of weird. And then Chris Pratt was like, what is this look that they gave Chris Pratt? He's got a porn stash and long hair.
You can see it here just barely.
The choice is made there for sure.
Yeah.
Other than
it was
that,
the 90s,
it was the 90s. I forgot. It was like the alternate timeline of the 90s.
Right.
So okay, I get that. But it was almost like he was, he's like the reluctant outcast hero, kind of like Star-Lord type of thing.
Yep.
With a bit of Han Solo with that outfit there.
Yeah, with the waistcoat.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's not just me then.
Yeah.
However, the Atmos, I was very let down by the Atmos. Like very let down by the Atmos. I just thought it could have been way better. It was basically in a 7.2 configuration, two Atmos heights. I mean, if you have 4 Atmos heights or tops, then all 4 will be active. But if you have 6, only your top middle will be active. This is getting a little deep for the real technical guys. But if you have 2 sets of surrounds, so if you have a row 1 surround, row 2 surround, Only your row 1 surround will get information. Your row 2 will not. So you will have to array your side surrounds and also array your tops if you have 6 tops. So I had to do that. Base was okay. It wasn't. This was maybe one of the weakest Atmos mixes for a big movie on Netflix. I've heard
on Netflix. Yeah,
they're
usually pretty good at it.
Yeah, I mean, like Atlas, one of the best I've heard. Adam Project, one of the best I've heard.
Adam Project was awesome.
The one with the Rock
Underground Extraction.
Six Underground blew me away. That one was the first time I was like, holy crap, what they can do with Atmos on Netflix.
Yep. But this one, I mean, $320 million movie from the Russos. I was expecting way more. And one thing that kind of took me out of the movie a little bit was they used a lot of the same beats from Endgame and Infinity War.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't see it, did you?
I didn't notice that yet. No, I'll try it on my first viewing.
Yeah.
I'll look back on my first viewing.
Other than that, I did really like the movie, though. I thought it was fun. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, I a bit like you guys. I've been really looking forward to this. I remember again seeing the sort of extended trailer they released a few months back for this, and it just looked great. And again, I appreciate the Russo brothers have had some issues post Endgame and Infinity War, and they've released some movies that haven't really landed. I mean, The Gray Man never really took off, and they spent a lot of money on it and some other stuff as well. So I was looking forward to this, but with some trepidation. And then those reviews hit, and I was thinking, oh dear, okay, this is not good. But I thought, no, I'll give it a fair shot. So I went in with some concerns, and yet I really, really enjoyed this way more than I expected to. I thought it was great fun. It is derivative. I think it has echoes of Ready Player One. It has echoes of any number of Spielberg movies that you want to name. But I think but it didn't take me out of it. I just enjoyed it. And again, no matter how odd Millie Bobby Brown looks in this, the hair is not good either. We talk about Chris Pratt. She looks a bit weird in this too. And so, there are some oddities in it, but yeah, I love the characters. The robots were great. And I didn't get I'm sure there are references to American things. I mean, the baseball guy, I mean, I think that's a known character, isn't it, as I understand it? And I'd never seen that before, and things like that.
Well, no, he's one of the ones I didn't recognize. The
okay, all right. I thought he came from some sort of old video game or something. But yeah. Anyway, but I thought the robots were great. The set design, the production design, the CG, as you guys said, just absolutely fantastic. And I thought it was quite emotional at the end as well. I think those of us, and there are a number of people in recent years who have lost significant others and siblings and parents, will feel the emotion of the end and the, I never had a chance to say goodbye type thing. And I'm one of those people that lost someone. And I thought that was quite emotional. And as odd as the brother-sister relationship is, and it is oddly tactile, I actually was quite moved at that last little kind of talk between them. I thought was very, very sweet and well done. I thought the action was really good. The finale is really cool. I love the idea of these, clones that they can control. It's very cool. Giancarlo Esposito, I think, was really good in it as well. Yeah. We haven't spoken about him yet. And I thought it was great, and I just was along for the ride. Now, I watched this first. This is when I downloaded this because I knew I was going to be away this weekend, so I downloaded it to my phone, and I watched this for the first time on the X-Real glasses. So 147-inch screen. I used the AirPod Pros too, so spatial audio. And actually, I've got to say that was quite bassy. And with lots of surround, you've got lots of things that fly and zip about and everything else. And that sounded pretty good. But I wasn't about to come on the show and review it based on only having seen them on the glasses. So then having got back, and then earlier today, I watched some select scenes in the theater room. And yeah, Shane, I would agree about the bass.
Sex? You saw some sex scenes? What'd you say?
Select scenes. Select.
You gotta say that very clearly.
I didn't see the same movie you did, but you can send me a link after the show, Steve.
That's a whole other electric state.
Yeah. That's more electric blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
So some select scenes
Select.
in the
There we
cinema
go.
room, including the big finale. And I agree with the base. I mean, I especially wanted to see the car hitting the window thing to see if that really sort of hit or thudded, and it doesn't really. There's some bass there, but it's not loads of it. But I did like the movement around the room. Again, the flying drones zipped around and overhead and went around the room, and the guns sound okay, bearing in mind what they are. I did enjoy it. I thought it was a really good presentation and fantastic, and I look forward to seeing it again. ASAP. And if they release this on 4K disc, I'd buy it tomorrow. I mean, there's not even a thought about that. It would be straight away. So I'm hoping at some point they do, because they're going to have to get their 320 million back somehow. And so I'm hoping that we will get a 4K release of this, because that would be very cool and very welcome.
Yeah.
I thought it was great, way better than 14%.
I don't know
what's going on there, but
I don't know what all the hate is on this, honestly.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, is there a direction? Are people not liking the story? Are they saying it's stupid? Like, what is the direction on the hate?
Stuff that I've read is saying it's derivative, and it's a lot of it's saying that it's sort of fake emotion, it's faux emotion. It's not. It's all very, very trite and saccharine and all this kind of thing, and people laying into that it's all been seen before. But I think there is some of that to it, but it doesn't take away from it. It actually enhances it. And there are a lot of fun things in this. Again, I think it's like Ready Player One, because you get loads of Easter eggs from the 90s and things that we know and that we remember. Chris Pratt's lair is all kinds of fun. And that's the sort of thing you'll be pausing that, time and again to see the things that are on those shelves. We all remember Billy Bass.
Mr. Peanut.
Yes. Yeah. So this film is really good.
2 hours and 8 minutes too. I just saw.
So that's short for a Russo's movie. It needs another hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, true. But I mean, there's some substance there. It's not super short. No.
It's really, really good. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it too. I thought maybe I'd be the only one that kind of got swept along with it. So I'm really glad that say 3 of the 4 that have seen it.
Yeah, I'll see it this week, and I'll tell you guys next week. I'm with everybody else. You know that. It's like I'll be the
thing is, I don't think you will, because
I know.
Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it.
Steve in the chat's just thinking like me, saying, "At Shane Lee, you going to do this on the Dolby Atmos object viewer?" And Shane already asked. He already answered. I may do a review, but I was thinking the same thing, because breaking that down and talking about the 2 over, that's one of my favorite things. And it's like, if I get a Trinov, yes, I would play with that, but it's more fun just watching your video, so you can do all the work. But what I was going to ask you, Shane, about that is streaming Atmos, is that typical to do a 2 overhead? Do they save bitrate? Do they anything like that? Or is that atypical? Like, is that why you're disappointed? Because typically you do get the 4 overheads.
Yeah, typically you do. They just really cheaped out or something. They just ran out of budget or whatever on the movie.
Couldn't do 2 more speakers. We'll save here.
You couldn't do 325 million. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
It was essentially a channel-based mix, so there's no objects floating around or anything. It's just locked in 7.2. Yeah.
Huh.
It was still a solid watch for home theater. If you have surround sound and a big screen.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. That's awesome.
Well, I'm looking forward to it then when I get to it. Let's see, what else do we got here? I
don't think I don't think Netflix has released anything on physical media, right?
Oh no,
they have. The Irishman. The Irishman came out on physical media. We've had
a few things.
Stranger Things season 1 came out on.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
VHS. They do some, not many, but they do some. The ones we've been crying out for are Extraction and Six Underground and movies like that. But those have been and gone. And if they were going to come out, we'd have had them by now. Yeah. But there we go.
I'm wondering if they'll put Millie in a Avengers movie coming up now that she's a pretty big star, I would say.
Oh yeah. She's
going to get to a point
this week. She's in
What's that? She's on
Smartless this week. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
last couple of days because there wasn't a Takeover Tuesday to listen to, so I had to go to Smarter Stage. When what the hell?
Yeah,
exactly. Who do I complain to?
Exactly. So it's going to get to a point though where it's like, who's not in the MCU? You know, because
by the way, she lives in Georgia as well, so she's right where they shoot these things.
Oh wow,
Atlanta and Georgia. So I don't know who she'd play. One of the X-Men, maybe.
Yeah,
I did see one scrolling through Twitter, one review of one barb of somebody saying like the hardest part was her playing a teenager, and I'm like, right,
no,
exactly.
She was a teenager in this.
Yeah,
film.
I'm not sure she was supposed to be a teen.
No,
yeah,
I mean, she's supposed to be a teen in Stranger Things, but
yeah.
But I didn't get the sense that she was a teen in this.
No.
Yeah, no. She was like,
early 20s,
older sister vibes.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, college level because the brother was going to college, right? So she's older than the brother.
Yeah, for sure.
But I couldn't imagine her not being able to pull off somebody young. And I was like,
well, yeah,
she's been. Yeah. How old is she in real life? Like
20, don't go there, John.
21.
Don't go there.
21.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I mean, she's married now to Bon Jovi's son.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she's on Smartlist. I think she said she was just turned 21. So
yeah, the following week. Yeah.
I mean, Matthew Broderick's still playing teenagers.
Why do us 4 men know this?
Because it was on Smartlist.
Yeah. That's the only way we know. We're not stalking her.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where is she living in Georgia, Steve?
Yeah, she's on a farm in Georgia.
Yeah, we'll give you the address off air. Yeah. Sean's got it. Steve, you want to wrap up with this last one?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, man. Again, this will be interesting because you guys will have seen this, hopefully. And this is a new 4K version. So
have not seen this one. So I can take the night off.
Okay. Alrighty. So this is one I watched earlier today. Drag Me to Hell. Not me personally. That's the name of the film. And this was released in 2009 theatrically. It's been out on Blu-ray for ages. And this has just come out on this Shout sort of horror label from the US. And I've imported it over here. So, John, you've seen this? Shane?
I have not seen it. No, I have not seen it.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I don't think I've seen it. I don't know. Maybe I have, but I don't remember it though.
I don't remember. That's the thing. I don't remember it either.
Let me tell you what about it.
I'm not going to say for sure, but
okay.
If there's one thing Steve's good at, it's telling us all about it
and telling you off for not seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. So he directed this, it said 2009, a movie about Christine Brown, played there by Alison Lohman, who has the misfortune, she works in a bank, and she has the misfortune to encounter a customer who is a gypsy. And this is an elderly lady who says to her, I need your help because my house is being repossessed. And for reasons, our heroine does not help her and shames this elderly gypsy lady, who then places a curse upon her. And the curse is, in 3 days, she will be taken to hell. And the movie is essentially her trying to come to terms with whether this happens or not, and then we'll see what happens. And because it's Sam Raimi, it is bonkers. So the camera work is crazy. As the sort of curse develops and that she's visited by this demon, all hell breaks loose. I've seen this movie. Oh, God, I don't know. Again, 15, 16, 17, 18 times, you name it, lots of times. And I happen to love this movie. And guys, honestly, if you haven't seen it and that doesn't sound familiar to you, Justin Long's in it as well as her sort of boyfriend. So if that doesn't sound familiar, guys, seek this out at your earliest convenience.
What's John saying in the chat here? Is it his Fifth Element? Is it?
No, I'm not sure. Drag Me to Hell, also known as the Fifth Element. No.
Yeah, I was like, is that a jab at you?
Possibly. I'm choosing to ignore it. I'm going to write
exactly. That's why I had to get it up there for you. Like, there's no way I'm letting you ignore that.
So it's bonkers, and it's a great film. And as I said, this is the 4K version, only in DTS HD Master Audio. Boy, would this have been good with an Atmos track. But nevertheless, it was upmixed to Neural X. So a great film. And as I said, I know every frame of this movie, and I know backwards and forwards for better or worse. Now, the presentation of it, though, particularly sonically, is very nice indeed. And if for nothing else, guys, if you're not interested in my description of it, it's worth seeing for the audio. And again, especially up mixed to Neural X. So it looks really good. It's sharper than it's ever been. It's not demo material in terms of its visuals. It's more colorful than it's been. There is detail there, but it's not one that's going to blow your socks off in terms of its look. But the audio is great. Now, you guys, how familiar you are with Sam Raimi's movies, I don't know, but this is him at his most crazy. So the cameras are zipping around. There are a number of occasions where she's visited by things, and the room comes alive. I mean, this is one for your Atmos or Neural X visualizer, Shane, because this thing goes bananas. I mean, the rooms swirl around. Everything is going. You've got the noise of these things moving from front to back and then swooping around in a circular motion as well, and coming up and overhead and back again. And it's all very deliberate. It's all designed to sort of give you this kind of sonic chaos of these things that are visiting her and telling her what's going to happen. There is the best fly sound effect in this since Evil Dead Rise, where there are a couple of occasions where there's a solitary fly just moving around the room, and you can follow it. Just you put your eyes closed and you can work out where it is. And there's quite a fun moment. I'll spoil it slightly, where the fly goes into her nose while she's asleep. And when it goes in there, the sound is then muffled of the fly because it's inside her head, and then comes out again, and then it goes all around the room. So it's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, fix that. Because it is.
This is an Arrow release.
No, this is Shout. Shout.
Okay.
Let me just get the thing.
It could, Kaleidoscape as who's this that's saying it?
It's
Piece of
it is
HD,
Shout.
only HD on Kaleidoscape. I looked it up as well, but it's the 5.1, same audio track, I guess. But Shout does work with Kaleidoscape, so could be coming soon.
Yeah, I hope it is, because it's one that you guys will get a kick out of. And again, Shane, you know, if you quite like your horror comedy type things, this is one to see. You know, I may have done it a disservice in my description of it, because it is a really fun film, and it does not have the ending you expect. So it's really good. It's a lot of fun, and again, it's so well worth seeing. So Mark Reed says in the chat, opening of the movie is pretty aggressive. Caught me off guard. The whole movie's like it. The whole movie's like it. It just every time she's visited by something, the whole room just goes mad. And there are sort of possession scenes where they're trying to sort of get this demon off of her back, as it were. And then so that all moves around and everything. It's great. There's a lot of fun with this.
Shane, how does the visualizer work when you're up mixing?
Forgive me.
Does it pretend? Does it tell you like how, like, see how like Steve's saying like stuff moves around the room? Does it track the same?
It doesn't track that. It'll just show you what speakers are active. Like, so if something were to fly, it'll like turn on and off as the thing tracks. If it indeed is doing that.
Cool.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. I mean, just from my ears, but it's bananas, and sonic chaos is how I would describe it at times. It really is bananas. Definitely recommend it.
Okay.
Sounds like just for the home theater experience alone, you got to see it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Some good some love for it in the chat, that's for sure. So well worth seeing.
Question in here. John and I were actually talking about, we texted about this earlier this week. We can wind up with this. Anyone hyped for the new F1 movie? Trailer dropped this week. Looks awesome. Same director as Top Gun Maverick. What do you guys think? John knows what I thought. I'll tell you guys after that. But what did you guys think?
So the trailer is in Atmos on Apple TV. So if you guys want to listen to it,
get into your theaters, everybody.
It looks good. I had a call with the Sony guys today. They were showing me some of the behind the scenes of how they shot it on their version of the volume. So they did some shots like that. But it looks good to me.
Wow. So what did they shoot in a volume? Like is it not like they didn't like
like
Maverick? They actually put him in a cockpit in the real, and it was realistic. Are they?
Yeah.
Are you saying like he's sitting in a car and everything around him is like he's acting like he's in a car?
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah. Really?
Like that.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff they did for real, but they showed me some behind the scenes stuff of that. Yeah.
They're gonna be like the Flintstones, and the same house just keeps going by.
1 foot through the bottom of the Formula One car.
Yeah, exactly.
Give it away.
Or Adam 12. There's that bum again.
I mean, I suppose what the filmmakers will say will be, and we've talked about this before a couple of weeks ago, is driving a Formula One car is not an easy thing. And you have to know what you're doing, because if you're not, you're going to just stick this into a wall, and they're worth an absolute fortune. So I suspect there will be, like as you say, Shane, there will be shots of Pitt in the car, probably just driving, in a straight line. And as soon as they get to any kind of corners and everything else, it'll either be face replacement or it'll be something like that. And you can't get two people in these like you can with Maverick.
That's a weird sentence regarding an F1 car. When it comes to the corners, it might be a face replacement. Like just smashed it. Like, off to the hospital, replace his face.
And I wonder whether that's what they'll do, and that's how because that would make sense. Because in Maverick, they're not flying. I mean, they're in co-pilot seat.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. So and you can't do that in a Formula One car. I mean,
six make a two-seater.
Sidecar.
Yeah, you just make a two-seater, no biggie.
Yeah. So, but it does look good. This is one I want to see on the biggest screen I can find, and in the most serious Atmos system that there is.
I think it's dropping on Apple TV.
No, it's a theatrical release.
Is it?
Yeah,
Apple will get it
May something, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's cinemas first, definitely. Yeah.
I saw the trailer and I was like, "This." I thought it's a remake of it's a cross up of Maverick and Days of Thunder. And it because you have that older guy, that's the the Days of Thunder thing, but then they even have the John and I's favorite scene from Days of Thunder I won't tell you about, but it's like it's literally in the clip. And it sounded like when we were kids, we were like, oh my God. But yeah, it just seems like it like between the two, the storyline, everything, the old guy, we're gonna teach you this, which was also in what was the other one? The true story. You guys were like, well, it's not really the video game player. Seems a little bit like that one too.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Gran Torino. No, that was an old guy.
That was something else. Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. How old is the oldest guy that's done F1? Definitely not Pitt's age.
Not going to be much older than about 30. You're not going to be pushing into your 40s. I mean, your neck won't take it.
Yeah, the G's, the physical fitness of it. Yeah.
Huh. What's Pitt doing in this movie then?
Yeah. Well, that's the point of the movie, I think.
Is it?
It's like, he's like teaching the young guy, according to the trailer. It's like, hey, and like that line in the trailer is like, how many of you won? Just as many as you have. It's like,
okay, let me take that back then.
All right,
the oldest driver to start a Formula One race.
He didn't finish
time for us yet, fellas. 55 years, 292 days.
I still have time.
I got time.
You're wrong.
I got time.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've got about 100 days.
Yeah, I still haven't turned 55 yet.
Oh,
so, there we go. I got over 300, and I'm not even going to guess. I screwed that up earlier this week.
But no, it does look good. And then Joseph
looks fun.
We trust. He's made some great films. I mean, that Only the Brave was great as well. And that was his warm up for Maverick. And that had a great sound mix to it as well. So looking forward to this.
Yeah.
What's coming out next week is Mickey 17.
Yeah.
It's coming out digitally. Coming out digitally. Have you seen it? Has anybody seen it?
Escape. Yeah, I saw it.
No.
How was it? Is there is that the reason it's coming out so soon? Because it's
no, I liked it. I know the reviewers didn't like it, but I thought it was good though. I was good. It should sound pretty good because it sounded decent on my Dolby, so I am anticipating it to sound good.
Yeah,
on the Gladiator.
I was excited to see it's dropping next week. So I mean, I was surprised, but I was excited to see it. It was one I was like, I'm not going to run out to see it, but if it comes out, and it did, so
I think it's a little like Fifth Element. Some of the
Oh, well. Okay. Good night, guys.
Steve's out.
We'll see you next.
Yeah, there you go.
A little Fifth Element.
Oh, man.
Fifth Element, huh?
There we go. At least it's saving me some time. Now I don't need to see it.
No, maybe it's the good version, Steve.
There's there's like the over the top bad guy, who
I've
did
got other
who's the
stuff to
bad
watch,
guy?
guys.
That was wasn't that God, his name slipping. Wasn't he the bald guy? It's
In Fifth Element.
yeah.
What's his name? He's in Professional.
Yeah. Jeez.
Luc Besson?
No, who played the bad guy in The Professional?
Jean Reno?
No.
He played the bad guy.
Sorry, Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
That's
Gary
what I was.
Oldman, yeah.
So
yeah,
you know how Gary Oldman's
awesome.
a little. So he's a little over top in Fifth Element. Well, Mark Ruffalo
Over the top.
Mark Ruffalo's a little over top in Mickey 17.
Oh, man.
And then you have what's his face, Pattinson, who plays a few different characters, versions of himself.
Yeah.
17 versions of himself.
That's the idea. Yeah.
And there's like a weird like Steve Buscemi main character that he plays, and then there's a weird Bruce Wayne Batman version that he kind of plays.
Oh wow. Of himself. Yeah.
Of himself, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That's pretty funny.
Good. I thought it was good.
Mark Ruffalo over the top is really got to be weird because when has he done anything over the top? Like
he was pretty wild in that. What was the one? The Frankenstein one.
Oh yeah,
Poor things.
Poor Things.
He was pretty over the top in that.
Yeah.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
Haven't seen it. Yeah, I've not seen that one. Yeah.
Basically the same guy.
don't rush out and watch it, but
I have heard mixed reviews.
I did not like it, but he was definitely over the top.
That's funny.
All righty.
All right.
Okay.
That is it. We went over. Thanks, Shane. Thanks for joining the show.
Yeah.
Shane Lee of The Real Shane Lee on YouTube. For anybody here that doesn't know who he is, the one person, please raise your hand.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that is great. Thanks everybody. Thanks Patreon. No Patreon chat this week. I was actually going to try to get to my team's hockey game. I am not playing, but we have a playoff game tonight. I was going to try to get to it, so I may do that. So no Patreon chat this week, but I'll be back next week, and hopefully I'll have 2 Takeover Tuesdays by next week for people to make up for the missed one today. And yeah, so thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Good luck, Paul. Get well, buddy. And we will talk to you next time. You know what you gotta do.
Go push play.
What he said.
Is right.
Hey, Fred. This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.